there's another myth about owls, and this is actually something you normally pick up when you're at school, and that's the wise old owl. Have you all heard of a wise old owl before? Yeah. Well, there's no such thing as a wise old owl at all. Now, the wise old owl is actually said to have come from Greek mythology, and the goddess Athena, the goddess of wisdom, wherever she went, she was quite often seen with an owl. So obviously the goddess of wisdom having an owl, you must think, well, owls must be very wise then. The goddess of wisdom's got one. But scientifically, there's no such thing as a wise old owl because of their brain and how big it is and what they use it for. Now, Walter, underneath all these feathers, his head is about the same size as a tennis ball. A lot of feathers on his head. Inside that head, his brain is about the same diameter as a 10p coin. Okay, so it's a little bit fatter than that, but it's about the same diameter as a 10p coin. 2/3 of that brain is used to work his ears and his eyes. So his hearing and his eyesight. And he's then left with 1/3 to do everything else that he needs to do. Everything else that controls the rest of his body, his intelligence, his emotions, all of that sort of thing. The way he learns. So he uses 1/3 of a 10p coin to fit a bit of intelligence in. So they're not as wise as you might think, because they've got such a small brain, they don't use a lot of it for intelligence, really. But, even though I say a wise old owl, there's no such thing, they're not thick at all. Owls have to be quite bright in the wild to be able to hunt, find somewhere to nest, find the right food, and actually rear their chicks and their young in the wild. So they've got to be fairly bright to be able to do all of that as well. So the best way really to describe an owl is they're just a little bit slow. They just take a bit longer to learn something. So the hawk, little Yorkie, we showed you before, Yorkie took 6 weeks to learn to fly for us. So to do what Yorkie did there, it took me about 6 weeks of training to do it. Bernard, the owl at the first one we showed you when we come out to handle them all, Bernard, the barn owl, he actually took best part of about 10 weeks just to fly to me, and then even longer to fly in front of an audience, and then even longer than that to fly to people he's never met before. And he's still learning. He's just over a year old. So they do take a long time to learn things, but they get there eventually. It just takes them a bit longer to learn something compared to another bird of prey. Now, the most intelligent bird of prey in the world is something that you find in South America. And it's called a caracara. Now, it's a very unusual looking bird of prey, but they're great at catching all sorts of different things. They catch rabbits, they'll catch birds. They're actually the only bird of prey that picks up stones to smash open eggs. Well, they use a tool, a stone, to smash open the egg of a seabird in South America. They also do something that is very, very gruesome. In the Falkland Islands, off the south coast of Argentina, caracaras are very well known for eating sheep. But a caracara is actually a bit smaller than Walter. So it's physically impossible for a caracara to actually kill a sheep with its feet or its feet. So, what caracaras do is they gang up together and they bully sheep off the edge of a cliff. They surround it and push it off a cliff.
They're nice. Horrible.
So, it's very horrible, but it's pretty clever. They know that if that sheep goes down there, it's going to be dead. It's a nice easy meal for them. So it shows you that some of these birds are very clever. And you all know what a golden eagle is, don't you? Right? Now, golden eagles, they have one of my favourite techniques for killing something. In Greece, they're very well known for eating tortoise. But how do you get through a tortoise's shell? What a golden eagle does is picks it up, it takes it to 200 foot up in the air and drops it onto a rock. So you can imagine what happens to the poor tortoise when it So it shows that these birds can be quite gruesome, but they're very clever in the way they kill things.
Next one.